If you need some coins to add some ballers to your team, make sure you go ahead and check out mudreserve.com. Fast service, great rates, no need to rely on pack luck. Get yourself some coins, buy the players you want, use code SPREE at checkout for 15% off.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another video. Now, if you've been following the No Money Spent journey, you'll know the team that we have assembled is stacked. We have goons across the board, and that is a lot of fun. But I realize I've kind of moved away from being able to help those of you that are balling on a budget. So today I want to go ahead and build the best possible budget defense, chemistries, abilities, players. I want to do it all and spend less than 350,000 coins. Now, I went with 350k because that's a tight budget. That's going to make things interesting. I have to make sacrifices to be able to fit certain players on the team, but I definitely think 350k is the amount of coins that you guys could go ahead and pick up each and every week pretty dang comfortably. If you get legends here for solo battles, you can easily get more than 100k from quick selling all of the packs. If you can get 10 wins in weekend league, you can get almost 100k as well. If you do all of your daily objectives and you take all of the quick sells, I'd say you'd get somewhere between 30 and 50k at least. And then after all that, another 100k earned from playing head to head, from doing solo challenges, from grinding the market, sniping, queen making methods. I definitely think 350k is something that you can go ahead and pick up nice and easily. So that's going to be the goal for today. We're going to try build a beast of a budget defense with only 350k. Up in the cards above, I'll put a link to my defensive scheme that I have been running. It's been working really well for me. So the personnel, the abilities that we're going to be going for, they're going to be fitting that scheme. So if you have been using that, if you have been enjoying that, some of these guys that I'll be looking to pick up will definitely be options that you can go ahead and look to add to your team as well. Overall, I'm just hyped to get into it. One of my favorite things about Madden Ultimate Team is team building, going ahead and trying to do it on a budget, trying to find as much value as possible. I think there's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. If you do enjoy the video, if you do enjoy the content, definitely consider popping down, hitting that subscribe button down below. But let's get into it. Let's go figure out this team. Let's see if we can find some budget goons to fill out this budget defense. Now, obviously, this is not a defense you can buy with 350,000 coins. This is the current no money spent defense, but I do want to take some time to have a quick look at some of the goons we have out there, because we do want to try replicate a budget version of this. Now, we want some pass rushes, and for me, I really like the double or nothing ability, so that's going to be something we're trying to pick up. I want corners with high speed and, if possible, zone coverage. I want those guys to be able to react as quickly as possible. And then I also have 3 safeties that are going to be playing linebacker for me. I need one guy that's going to be fast as a user. I'm going to need another 2 that are going to be tall, able to make plays, able to jump, able to animate. So we are going to be looking for something like that. All right, I have a bit of a feel for some of the players that I'm going to want to look to try to pick up for this team. I'm not going to use any power-up passes. Guys like Sam Mills, Leroy Glover, guys that you can get for free, I'm not going to include those. So if you're trying to replicate this team, you're definitely going to be able to do better, because you are going to have power-up passes, you are going to have more options. You can grind solos, pick up some players as well. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to look at players that I can go ahead and pick up on the auction house. Now, the first guy I want to go ahead and pick up, hopefully if I can get him at this price, that's pretty dang good. 40,000 coins for Brian Burns right there. I really like his speed. I like that he's 90 overall. He is going to be able to pick up double or nothing for us. He's going to be one of the 2 edge rushes that we're going to be relying on to get pressure. That is going to be a huge pickup for the team. Now, on the other side, I want another guy that can also get double or nothing. So we need a 90 overall. We need a speed rusher or a power rusher. And we're looking at that 40 to 45k range. So Robert Mathis is one option. The other option is going to be this Ricky Jackson. Both have solid block shed. Both have good speed. Both are going to get the ability we want. So I might hold off on these guys for the moment. We might come back and check if their price gets a little bit better, but those are going to be the guys we're going to be targeting as our edge rushers. So far, I've only picked up one player. There are a few guys like Adrian Amos, like an AJ Terrell, that I really want to add to the team, but at the moment their prices are a little bit up, so I am going to wait a bit, see if their prices come down. We want to try stay under budget if possible. In the meantime, let's switch our focus. Let's look at some guys we can pick up nice and cheaply, starting off with our user 88 overall Jonathan Abram. For just over 30,000 coins, you can go ahead and pick up a 92 speed 6 foot 93 hit power user. This guy is going to be a baller for this defense. Now, to save a few extra coins, I'm going to go ahead and complete this set. This team builder set you can do really cheaply at the moment. I think we could probably get it for a 26,000 coins if we spend a little bit of time. That way we are going to save a few coins and still pick up a beast user. On that note as well, I have my eye on 2 guys to fill up my linebacker core, 2 safeties that I think will be able to make plays for us. And we are going to be able to pick them up by doing this 84 overall team builder fantasy pack. So while we're waiting for some of the prices to drop on the players we want to pick up for the team, I will look to snipe some of these cards nice and cheaply so we can save coins when we're building up our squad. Looks like one of the corners we want to go ahead and pick up is looking at a good price right now. So Legarius Sneed, 92 speed. We're going to be able to pick him up for just over 30,000 coins. For my number 1 and number 2, corner speed is all that really matters. Having good zone coverage would be a bonus, but we want high speed, so 92 speed is going to be really good for this team. Another guy I want to go ahead and target is going to be Kyle Fuller. Now, I want to look at his stats, and hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. Hopefully someone doesn't pick this card up, but 90 speed, really solid, but more importantly, 89 zone. He is going to be able to get boosted up with chemistries. I want him to hit that 90 threshold. I want him to be able to make plays. He is going to be my slot corner, and I think this guy is going to be a really good option. So let's go ahead, let's pick this guy up for 31,000 coins. We're only 3 cards in, and we've already spent 100,000 coins. We got to make this last 250k stretch. All right, I'm going to go ahead and snap up the 78 overall Drew Lock. We want these cards nice and cheaply to be able to fill up those team builder sets. It has been a long time since I've had to go ahead and try to snipe gold cards. All right, I know this process is going to take a little bit of time. Cue the time lapse. We're going to go ahead and pick up all these pieces to add each of those team builders to the team. Well, that was definitely a grind going ahead and picking up all of those cards. It took a little bit of time and it did get a little bit tedious, but we did get a bunch of those cards at pretty good prices, so we are going to be able to fill up these sets. We are going to be able to get these cards done really cheaply. With our first team builder, we're going to go ahead and pick up this man, Jeremy Chin, 6'3", 88 speed. I think he's going to do the job for us at linebacker. With our second pack, we're going with a Steeler. Terrell Edmonds is our guy, 6'1", 89 speed, 90 hit power. I think this guy's going to be a goon as well. Although it was a little bit of a grind to be able to go ahead, pick up all of these cards that we needed for all of these sets, it did cost me just over 50,000 coins to be able to pick up all 3 of these cards. So I think that's really good value for me when I need to be saving coins to be able to complete a challenge like this. I think it was definitely worth the grind. Maybe for you guys, if you're going ahead and doing it, spending a few extra K is going to be okay. But just like that, we have our user, Jonathan Abram. It looks like a bit of patience has paid off. Adrian Amos going for just over 50,000 coins. I'm going to go ahead and snap that card up, make sure I get it for that price. Checking out his stats, 91 speed, 90 zone coverage. That's really all I'm looking for. He is going to be playing safety. He's going to be able to cover a lot of field. I think this guy is a great pickup. After spending a little over 200,000 coins, this is what the defense is looking like so far. We have our user, we have our linebackers, we have one of our safeties, we have a couple of corners down here ready to roll, and we do have one of our edge rushers. Now I've got my eye on a few players. I'm hoping we can get them for a good price over the next little bit. I don't want to have to sacrifice those players if I can avoid it, but we are going to fill up some of these spots as well. Defensive tackle, middle linebacker. I'm probably not going to use any guys at those positions, but for a valid defensive lineup, just in case you are trying to replicate this team, you will need at least a few guys at those positions on your squad. So I'm going to make sure I fill them out. Silvers, golds, power-ups, whatever I need, just to make sure that we have those spots filled. Now I've tried to wait it out, try to get some of these guys I was looking for at good prices. Someone like Sean Murphy-Bunting would be a great option, a good speed corner who would fit the scheme perfectly, but unfortunately his price is way up at the moment. The other guy I was looking at was AJ Terrell, but unfortunately because of their prices at the moment, we're not going to look at them, so we're going to have to pivot a little bit. William Jackson III is going to be a solid backup option, 91 speed, not great zone coverage, but he is going to be a good speed option. We are going to go ahead and pick him up. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Sean Murphy-Bunting, but I think that's going to be a good option. Right at the beginning, we were looking for another outside linebacker to put as a pass rusher on the team. We are going to go with this Ricky Jackson. I was hoping his price would drop a little bit, but it's been pretty consistent over this last little bit, so we'll take that card right there. All right, I think we're going to go a little bit off script, and we're going to try pick up this Trey Flowers, going for around 14,000 coins. I have a feeling because of his archetype, he is going to be able to pick up an ability that I want to throw on my safety. Now, I know I'm also going to need some training, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this 89 overall right there, just under 28k. That is going to give us, I think, enough training that we're going to need to get all the abilities. All right, let's first go ahead and quick sell this Derwin James, 3,600 training right there, ready to use. This is the updated defense. I'm pretty happy with what we've been able to pick up. Now, this is the one that I'm a little bit bit worried about, I am going to be honest. Trey Flowers as a zone corner, I believe should get deep in zone knockout in his second ability slot. So we're going to see if he actually gets it. That's mid, deep in right there, 1250 training. That's exactly what we want. We're going to be playing him at safety. We're going to be putting him in my scheme in a cover 3, which means with that ability, he is going to be able to break on the ball like nobody else. It doesn't matter, he only has 85 zone. He is going to make plays, so that is going to make up for the fact that he is a bit more of a budget card. I've gone ahead and thrown double or nothing onto Brian Burns. I'm going to do the same for Ricky Jackson right here as well. With this ability, we should be able to get some pressure. Now, I know we could go with something like edge threat, but I'm trying to think ahead. You might want to use your ability points somewhere else, so we are going to try keep it nice and cheap. 2 ability points for a little bit of extra pass rush. I think that's a win. And then with the last little bit of training, I am going to boost up some of our guys with lockdown coverage. Now, the most important player we want to be able to hit the 90 threshold is going to be this Kyle Fuller, so we just need to boost him up 1, and with that last few hundred training we have, we should have enough to be able to get that done. Some chemistry for you, and then a little bit for you as well, sir. Now, after all that abilities and chemistries, our team is exactly where I want it. I have about 25,000k left to go ahead and fill up the rest of our roster spots. We do need one more starter who is going to be playing defensive tackle, but the rest of the positions, we just need some scrubs to fill up the lineup. We are going to be in a good place to have a really good budget defense for less than 350k. Now, at that final spot, I'd love to use Jerry Hughes. He's going for around 26k at the moment, which obviously takes us over budget. He has 80 speed, 88 block shed, 90 finesse move. This guy's going to get pass rush. He is going to help stop the run, and he is solid speed if you want to put him in as a spy. If he was sitting at around 20,000 coins, which I think is his normal price, I would go ahead and stamp him up. He would be a great option for a defensive tackle, but unfortunately, he is a little bit expensive. Instead, I think we're going to go ahead and pick up this man. Well, that's unfortunate. Looks like he's a little bit out of budget now as well, so looks like we're on to the next guy. I think we're going to go with DeForest Buckner. He's around 15,000 coins. He does come with a few abilities, so that's always a bonus. It's something I probably should have kept in mind already, but not the fastest. A bit of block shed, a bit of finesse move. This guy is going to be a solid option at defensive tackle for us to round out the team. We also need a few budget cards to fill out the rest of the squad. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a couple of these. With those final few pieces and around 8,000 coins left over, this is a defense that we have built with 350,000 coins. We have speed at all the important positions. We have abilities to grant us a little bit of pass rush. We have a beast of a user, and then some linebackers that are going to be able to make plays as well. Overall, this defense is really solid for less than 350k. I think you could definitely do work with these goons. If you had Sam Mills, Leroy Glover, if you had some power up passes, you could easily make this defense even better. If you had even more coins, you could go for guys like AJ Terrell, Sean Murphy, Bunting, Murphy. I'm not too sure. I'll have to figure that out one day. Whatever it is, you can definitely build a solid defense for around 300k, and I definitely think these guys are going to be able to ball out for anyone. Now, after spending all of that time building the team, it would have been wrong to just sit right there and not give them a chance to ball out. So I jumped into a couple of games of head-to-head seasons and watched these goons absolutely ball out for me. As a user, Jonathan Abram was an absolute beast. You'll see right here, Terrell Edmonds comes up with a forced fumble. I reckon I've had maybe 1-2 forced fumbles over the last few months. Seeing him get one straight away, I thought for a 10k, 15k card, that is an absolute steal. We were able to get pressure without abilities because someone is a dum-dum and forgot to put abilities in the first game that we played. Overall though, you'll see Adrian Amos right here come up with a pick break on the ball. That zone coverage was super clutch. He was able to make some plays for us on the very next play. 2nd and 10, our opponent's trying to do something, and our ability, that deep end zone knockout on Trey Flowers, works absolutely perfectly. We get the pick, we get a nice easy win. Jumping into game number 2, this was definitely a lot more of a battle. It's definitely a much closer game, but you'll see right there, double or nothing goes crazy on our first defensive snap. We were able to get some pressure right here. We have our guys coming up in the run game. They were getting off blocks. I was really happy with how they played. This is a Hail Mary. It's not much of a highlight, but it's good to see that these guys were holding onto balls. Not all the time, but they were able to make some plays. Right here, our opponent goes to the play action. We get pressure. We almost get the throw out of sack pick right there. So you can see we are generating pressure with that double or nothing. We are able to get off blocks and we are limiting him to nice short gains. So that's always nice to see. We go right there. We hit him with the spy and we get Terrell Edmonds with that throw out of sack. You can see we have the lead. We should be playing smart. But your boy was not playing smart at all in this game. I kept it much closer than I needed to. We got the run stop right there. And 90 zone coverage goes crazy. We had Fuller out there covering the flat. And then he came back across and guarded the drag. We get a little bit toxic right there, but we want to go in for the score. And at this point, obviously, I think the game is over, but our defense actually has to come back out and bail us out. Our opponent is able to drive down into the red zone. He makes the throw. I thought Amos should have made that pick right there, so not completely perfect. Right here, use a 92 speed, all you need. We're able to make plays, making sure we're tackling him in the backfield. And right here, this is why you get yourself a 6'3" linebacker that can animate. He jumps up for the ball, makes a play, gets us another dub. But yeah, that's going to be about it for today, folks. Our first team builder on a budget, 350k for a really solid defense. You just saw these guys balled out, made plays. Definitely not the best players, but a solid start if you are starting your journey with Madden Ultimate Team. If you are looking for a budget defense, this is definitely one that you could go with and start progressing from there. If you enjoyed this one, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. I am definitely interested to keep going with these team builders. I had a lot of fun doing it, so let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, folks. Thank you very much for coming through. Take it easy, everyone. You can call me Spree, and we out.